Preparations for Edith's wedding are in full swing at Downton, complicated by Mrs. Hewer's illness and O'Brien's impending departure, creating a staff shortage. O'Brien's abrupt departure becomes known to the family, frustrating Cora. Meanwhile, Branson receives news of Reggie Swire's death, which means Mary will inherit a substantial fortune. Carson confides in Mrs. Patmore about his worries regarding Mrs. Hewer's health. Anna discovers Ethel, a former prostitute, seemingly returning to her old life, despite Mrs. Crawley's attempts to help her. Mary, to Matthew's relief, announces her intention to donate the inheritance to Downton, securing its future, though she resents Matthew for putting her in the position of potentially losing her home. Later, Anna secretly visits Mrs. Bartlett, an acquaintance of the deceased Vera, seeking information about her state of mind before her death. Isabel Crawley and Violet Crawley have a spirited discussion on the way to Eryholm, highlighting their differing views. Lord and Lady Grantham inspect Downton Place as a potential new home, but Lady Grantham worries about losing her position in the village. At a picnic at Eryholm, Mary and Matthew discuss the house, while elsewhere, Isabel questions the fairness of Mary's upcoming marriage compared to Edith's. Matthew reveals he received a letter from Lavinia Swire with instructions to pass on letters to his potential heirs, but he hesitates to open his own. Later, Isabel encounters Mrs. Hughes and learns about Ethel Parks's unfortunate situation. Meanwhile, Bates is in prison, attempting to dislodge a stone from his cell wall. Back at Downton, tension arises during the servants' dinner as Carson questions O'Brien about her conversation with Molesley. Mary confronts O'Brien about Molesley and warns her against spreading gossip about a medical test. Mrs. Hughes confides in Mary that she's ill and wants to keep it private, but assures her that the wedding preparations will be completed. Later, Mary comforts Mrs. Hughes, offering her support regardless of her illness. Sybil and Edith discuss Edith's upcoming trip to Italy. Mary expresses concerns about Downton's financial future. In the drawing room, the family discusses the changes needed at Downton, and the Dowager Countess advises Mary to rest before her wedding. Downstairs, Mrs. Hughes confronts O'Brien about spreading rumors, which O'Brien blames on Thomas. Carson upholds the rules at the servants' table, denying Daisy an invitation to eat with the others. Anna is asked why she wants to write a letter. Mary admits to Matthew that she read Lavinia's letter to him, where Lavinia bequeathed Matthew a portion of her estate. Matthew questions if Mary faked the letter. Mrs. Hughes is at the typewriter when Carson tells her to go to bed, and she confronts him about discussing her health with Mary. Interrupting the servants' dinner, Mary asks if anyone posted a letter for Lavinia Swire. Daisy admits to posting the letter, but without Mrs. Hughes's knowledge, and O'Brien overhears. The Dowager Countess and Lord Grantham discuss Edith's impending marriage to an older man. Carson cancels the party and wedding preparations for the evening. Mrs. Hughes tells Mrs. Patmore she must collect her medical test results that afternoon, leading Mrs. Patmore to speculate about who may have told Carson about Mrs. Hughes's condition. Meanwhile, Mary and Matthew learn they can stay at Downton due to Mary's financial contribution, which she makes on the condition that it is not announced before Edith's wedding. Mary reveals to Matthew that Daisy confirmed she posted the letter about Lavinia, finally clearing Lavinia's name. Edith's wedding day arrives, but outside the church, Sir Anthony leaves her at the altar, realizing their marriage is a mistake. Distraught, Edith returns to Downton and collapses, where she is comforted by Cora, Mary, and Sybil. Back at Downton, the servants begin clearing away the remnants of the planned wedding reception. The servants gather for their own dinner, during which Anna expresses sympathy for Edith, and Alfred makes derogatory comments about Sir Anthony, prompting a reprimand from Carson, which Lady Grantham disputes. Despite Carson's objections, Mrs. Hughes insists on going to the village with Mrs. Patmore, ostensibly for errands, but really to collect her medical results at Downton Cottage Hospital, causing Mrs. Patmore great anxiety. Carson, Mrs. Patmore, and Mrs. Hughes anxiously await the results of Mrs. Hughes's hospital visit. Mrs. Hughes and Mrs. Patmore are summoned by the nurse. O'Brien seeks information from Thomas, implying that trouble is brewing for him. Mrs. Patmore shares the news with Carson, who is greatly relieved but insists that Mrs. Hughes remain unaware of his knowledge. Mrs. Hughes confronts Mrs. Patmore, confirming that she told Carson, and Mrs. Patmore admits that she did. Mrs. Hughes finds Carson in the kitchen, where he pretends to be unaware of the situation, and Mrs. Hughes smiles, now aware that he knows.